I went on Reddit and I talked to 1,000 sexless, frustrated, so-called incel men. What did I learn? I learned the shocking, darkening truth of incel psychology, but I think you could also figure out some solutions to that kind of mentality and where we can go from here. So if you want to learn the dark reality of incel psychology, including myself, watch the full video and stay tuned. Alright, I don't want to be judgmental towards incels because I was an incel for years myself. And actually until 3 years ago. And I started helping men, I started coaching men, and I found out that Reddit is actually a great place to generate clients. So most of my coaching clients come from me messaging those guys on subreddits that are designed for that. And the incel Reddits, I'm actually banned from those now because they reported me for harassment multiple times, and they also hated the way that I communicated with them, like because I'm not really an incel anymore, so you're not allowed in those subs or whatever. So anyway, this message is actually more about, this is like not an incel hate video or anything. I actually do have empathy for those men, but I think some of them are going in the wrong direction, and I think society is playing a role in that, and they should be aware of what kind of community of men is out there online. So first of all, I don't think that like we have a conspiracy theory of like grouping incels, grouping together to like prey on women or something like that. But I think there is a huge hub of men out there who have a very dark psychology, because on Reddit, what actually happens is that those men, they're anonymous, so they don't have any inhibition about showing you what they really think and feel. And a lot of them are actually seriously judgmental and really rude. And because they don't really express that towards people in real life, they like buckle it down, and when you come on Reddit, talk to them, they like explode and will throw at you all this hate and all this all this stuff why you don't have any reason to talk to them, why you're in the wrong, why you're evil, la la la. And of course, this very toxic mindset. And I think like that part of it is their fault because they're actually moving themselves into that direction. They actively victimize themselves and see the world as this cruel Mertura place where nothing can be done, everything is hopeless, like this classic victim thing. On the other hand, I also see this like social issue where men are being like demotivated from actually pursuing women. So because society is basically like telling you it's wrong to be a heterosexual white male, a lot of them will just give up, and because they're like, society is trying to actively fight them if they're trying to be openly sexual and try to get their needs met and try to approach women. They say, well, okay, then I'm not gonna do anything, and I can understand that, but it's not an excuse. So for the incel man out there, you can't use that as an excuse in order to give up or to not do anything, because the world is always stacked against you, and especially if you're a guy, like you always live in a competitive world where you have to assert yourself. And I mean I think this is the solution to this kind of mindset, that you actually need to take responsibility for the things that happen. You can't just put it on other people and say it's their fault and like, hey, yeah, it's this. You can always find somebody else who's at fault for the things that go wrong in your life. It's the thing is just that's not going to help you. That's going to be destructive for your own life. So what you really need is you need to see yourself as the leader that you need to be. You need to take the lead with women. You need to be the one who initiates the conversation. You need to be the one who initiates the physical part, and a lot of those men will wait. I see posts like, I went on a date with a woman, but she didn't do anything. It's like, well, yeah, because that's because you need to do the things. It's your job as a man to lead. And I can only say, if we keep on going in towards this direction as men, we're gonna make this whole thing worse. Because we always see like this whole narrative, like, okay, society has this war on masculinity, and it does, but because there's so many men who go along with it, who let themselves be castrated, who don't stand up for what they want, who don't pursue women, that's what makes this kind of mentality, that kind of war on men, even stronger, because you're giving them their power. We as guys, we as men have the responsibility to change the social dynamics. We need to stand up to those narratives and change it ourselves. See yourself as the guy who's responsible. See yourself as the guy who needs to stand up and go for what he wants, despite some people having pushing back. Because otherwise you will become a coward, or even worse, a villain shooting up a school. Stop being a coward. Don't become a villain. Become a good guy, become courageous, stand for the things that you want, courageously pursue the things that you want, and then we will live in a beautiful world where everybody can get his needs met. But stop blaming society on the things that go wrong. Like, take responsibility first for the things that go wrong, and then you can start to blame other people. But it shouldn't be the other way around, which a lot of incel men do. So again, like, they live in this bubble online on Reddit, and what I learned is that if you come in as an outsider, as this like so-called normie guy, which I am apparently, even though I used to be an incel myself for years, now I'm like a normie guy, and they hate on me, and even though I could help them, they just start throwing insults to me and insulting me. But look, man, like, there is help. I can help you. I'm offering you now a free conversation. In the comments, there's gonna be a link. You can schedule a free conversation with me. It doesn't help. You can still give up afterwards, but please give this at least a try so we can make the world a better place. See you there.